view of you all round. Nice one, thanks, Gus.
And the patience thing, I think, yeah, write down on it to send you the London Earth Star thing.
We went to beautiful person leaving the circle.
Thank you.
Oh. No, they've gone everywhere.
Beautiful people. I'll give you.
We need to take it back in time when music made us all unite. When it wasn't no blows and video hoes, I'm not the only one getting tired. Why is everybody so obsessed? Money can't buy us happiness. Got me all slowed down and a joy right now. Guarantee you we'll be feeling alright. Everybody look to the left, everybody look to the right. Can you feel that? Yeah, we're paying with love tonight. It's not about the money, money, money. We don't need your money, money, money. We just wanna make the world dance. Forget about the price tag. Ain't about the cha-ching, cha-ching. Ain't about the, yeah, blah-bling, blah-bling. Wanna make the world dance. Forget about the price tag. Not about the money, money, money. We don't need your money, money, money. We just wanna make the world dance. Forget about the price tag. Ain't about the cha-ching, cha-ching. Ain't about the bubbling, bubbling. Wanna make the world dance. Forget about the price tag.
Bravo! Oh, yeah! Bravo!
Well, I've come to Finsbury Square, the Occupy protest. I'll just scan around. And this is Bevan. So how's it going here, Bevan?
It's really good. We've got a fantastic community that we've built up here, and we're really, really excited about some of the things that we're doing. We've got a really good sense of community in terms of projects and people working together. Everybody seems to know each other here. It's a much smaller community than St. Paul's, but it's got we're doing building, we've got construction work, but we can work at a lot more personal level with the people that really need to do things.
How long's the camp been going here?
I think we're in our third week now, so we're almost
how long are you intending to stay for, and what do you want to achieve by doing this?
I want to stay here as long as I can. I think it's really important that we make this statement of why we're here, because I think by us staying here, it raises the questions. People say, "Oh, what are you guys doing here? What's just camping out here going to be?" But you can already see people were people were discussing some of the things that they were never discussing before. The Guardian is talking about articles about the Corporation of London and all these things that were never on people's tongues before are now in everyday conversation. Why are these guys here? And even if they criticise us, it raises up the...
So do you get the sense that this is a bit like the death of a corrupt old civilization and like the rebirth of like a new civilization? Do you think that's what's happening here?
I think that would sort of be a fair way to say it. I think one of the things we're trying to do is lead by example. To say, look, we don't need to live in this, in this world of corporate greed or anything like that. It's mostly just, like, everything here is voluntary. All of our things are contributed from each other and from outside people, and you've managed to make a pretty fantastic little community here. And it's about saying, look, you can do it without this need for money and the need for these things and stuff like that. I think that's really important, and I think it's working pretty well.
Okay, so you're going to stay for the duration until there's substantial changes are made, changes to the law, changes to the world we live in, basically.
Definitely, I think there needs to be radical evolution.
Do you think the big problem is too few people with too much money who have just made themselves aloof from the rest of us? They don't pay taxes and they're not really in our world.
They completely agree with that.
Cause a lot of problems. We're talking about people who've got the power to start wars, hire armies, whatever, and basically the stock market and it's all become quite immoral, really, hasn't it? There's no sort of moral constraint to it.
Yes, I would agree with that statement. I think one of my problems with the current system that we're in is that morality has taken a backseat, essentially.
Right.
They throw token gestures out, but it's not. The number one goal is profit, and I think that's really not okay.
Right.
I think morality should be the number one thing. We had a guy come down for a thing called Confessions from an investment banker, and one of the things he said is that is everything they do. They sell, they sell arms, they sell whatever, and it doesn't matter to them. At the end of the day, their one goal is to make the most money off whatever they're doing.
Do you feel this kind of attitude towards everything is business and for profit? Do you think it ends up turning people into commodities that end up being bought and sold?
Absolutely.
It depersonalises us.
Very much so.
Because you've got people who've got the power to make decisions. You can live and you can die. Yes. And we really need to get back to, would you think, like a simpler way of living, more harmony with nature?
I personally believe so. I wouldn't want to speak on behalf of the camp in regards to that, but personally that's very much what I would like to do, and what I think would benefit the world.
Okay, can you tell me a little bit about this little place of worship over there? Can we wander over there?
Yeah, of course.
I've just noticed that. It looks really beautiful. Is it like a
It's a meditation shrine. I mean,
Right.
if you go to St.
They
Paul's,
don't have one of these at St. but not that I noticed.
They did. They had a meditation tent. They had a meditation tent that was.
Maybe it's not so out in the open.
No. It's just a big tent which has this sort of thing. But this is our outdoor one. I think it's really beautiful.
A multi-faith little
absolutely.
shrine.
It's nothing to do with anything but just.
And do you have a particular faith?
No, I'm agnostic.
Okay, but what do you believe in? Just that people should be good, try to be good.
Yes, I would say that I think that it's. I think people should take morality a lot more seriously. I study philosophy, so it's quite.
Okay.
I've got a lot of different ideas.
So obviously at St. Paul's, that religious flavour is there. I mean, in essence, would you agree that the Christian message is basically Jesus was just teaching, hey, just love God and love each other? I think that's what his message was.
I believe so. I think.
But the church has been teaching something different. The Roman Church is a bit more about political control than teaching people to love God.
Well, personally, on a personal level, I think organisation of religion is a dangerous thing. And
Okay.
I think because I think if you're interested in faith and spirituality and religion, I think the more that you can. What am I saying? I think really it's about if you believe in a God, it's about a personal understanding with God.
Okay.
And be that through prayer, be that through meditation, be that through however you want.
So you're talking about a return to having some sort of moral code. Do you think the essence of the simplicity of the basic moral code of Christianity, if we actually followed it, do you think that would actually work as a kind of common basis? Love God, be nice to each other?
I think we've moved past that now.
Where would you get the code of morals from? Who's ideal? Are you talking like socialist code of morals?
I think at least with the socialist ideals behind it, I think if you had people, if you essentially respected everybody as
I didn't know that.
I think as long as you recognise each other person as having exactly the same right as being there as you do, and then so you have mutual respect for each other, and then you have personal responsibility for your own actions. And I think if people embrace that, I think the world would be a much better place.
Okay, well thank you very much indeed. It's been a real pleasure talking to you.
No problem.
They do not know whether Krishna is God or not. Neither their father or mother, because everyone worships him. Nobody goes to chastise him. But you chastise her when a devotee chastises. That is Krishna's service.